Let's be real. When your laptop overheats, your FPS drops while gaming, apps start lagging, battery drains faster, and worst case, your laptop's life gets shorter. And no, putting your laptop on a pillow or table fan is not a solution. You need a proper cooling system, and that's exactly what we're covering today. So I picked 5 of the most popular, best-selling cooling pads right now and tested them in real use: gaming, editing, and everyday work. Let's start with one that's probably the best balance for most people: Havit HV-F2056 Laptop Cooling Pad. There's something really satisfying about the Havit HV-F2056. It doesn't try too hard, but it just works. When I first set it up, it felt super lightweight, almost like it wouldn't do much. But once I started using it during a long work session, I noticed my laptop stayed consistently cooler without any noise distraction. It doesn't blast air aggressively. Instead, it spreads airflow evenly across the base, which actually helps maintain stable temperatures over time. My keyboard didn't heat up like it usually does, even after hours of use. I saw around an 8 to 10 degree drop, which honestly makes a real difference in daily performance. This is perfect if you want something simple, reliable, and quiet without overthinking it. IETS GT500 Laptop Cooling Pad. Now, this one is on a completely different level. The first time I turned on the IETS GT500, it didn't feel like a cooling pad. It felt like a mini jet engine under my laptop. The airflow is intense, and you can actually feel the pressure pushing heat away. I tested it during heavy gaming, and the difference was immediate. Normally, my laptop heats up fast, but with this, temperatures dropped so much that performance stayed stable the entire time. It's not subtle, and yeah, it can get a bit loud, but that power is exactly what makes it special. I saw drops close to 15 to 20 degrees, which is honestly insane. If you're a serious gamer or heavy user, this one feels like a real upgrade, not just an accessory. Klim Wind Laptop Cooling Pad. The Klim Wind feels like it was built for gamers the moment you see it. The design has that bold RGB look, but what impressed me more was how strong the airflow feels. When I placed my laptop on it, I could actually feel the air moving across the surface. Not too aggressive, but definitely powerful. During a long gaming session, I noticed the heat buildup slowed down a lot. Usually, my laptop gets hot under the palms, but this kept things more balanced. The metal mesh also helps spread heat evenly, so you don't get those annoying hot spots. Performance-wise, I saw around a 10 to 15 degree drop, which puts it in that perfect middle ground. If you want solid cooling with a bit of style, this one really hits that balance. Kootek Laptop Cooling Pad. The Kootek cooling pad is one of those products that quietly proves its value over time. At first, it feels pretty basic, lightweight, simple design. But once you start using it daily, you realize how practical it is. What stood out to me was how adjustable it feels. I could change the height, tweak the setup, and make it more comfortable for long hours of work. Cooling-wise, it's not trying to compete with high-end models, but it does enough to keep temperatures under control. My laptop didn't overheat during normal use, which is honestly what most people need. I saw around a 6 to 8 degree drop, which is solid for the price. This is a great choice if you want something affordable that still gets the job done. TechNet Cooling Pad. The TechNet cooling pad feels like the kind of product you throw into your bag and forget it's even there. It's incredibly slim. When I first held it, I honestly wondered how much cooling it could actually provide. But once I started using it in a real setup, coffee shops, desk work, casual browsing, it made more sense. This isn't designed for extreme performance. It's designed for convenience. The airflow is gentle but consistent, enough to keep your laptop from heating up during everyday tasks without adding noise or bulk. What I liked most was how quiet it is. You almost forget it's running, which is perfect if you're working in quiet environments. Temperature drops were modest, around 5 to 7 degrees. But for lightweight use, that's actually enough. This is ideal for students, remote workers, or anyone constantly on the move. So here's the real question. Which one should you pick? If you want something simple, reliable, and works for almost everything, the Havit is an easy choice. If you're serious about performance and want maximum cooling, the IETS GT500 is on another level. For gamers who want a balance between power and style, Klim Wind hits that sweet spot. If budget matters most, Kootek gets the job done without complications. And if you're always on the go, TechNet just makes life easier. At the end of the day, your laptop's performance depends heavily on how well you manage heat. And sometimes, a simple upgrade like this can make a bigger difference than you expect. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and check the links in the description to grab the best deals. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay cool.